what's good? What's going on with you? It's your girl Simba, and it's time for another reaction. Okay, today we're checking out why should we not look for aliens. Excuse me, the dark forest. Now shout out in a nutshell, you know what I'm saying, Kurzgesagt. I forgot how to pronounce it, but they be dropping bangers, and this is another one of they bangers. Okay, so we finna check it out. Before we do that, if you're new here, make sure you're subscribing, turning on them notifications, also smashing that like button. Let's get 200K by March. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's do it. Let's check this out.
The universe is incredibly big and seems full of potential for life, with billions of habitable planets. If an advanced civilization had the technology to travel between the stars at just 0.1% of the speed of light, it could colonize our galaxy in roughly 100 million years, which is not that long given the billions of years the Milky Way has existed. So, in principle, any spacefaring civilization should be able to spread rapidly over huge sectors of the galaxy. And yet, we see nothing.
Hold on. Run this all the way back, because, like, just that quick, like, it was just like, you know? Hold on. I'm sorry.
The universe is incredibly big and seems full of potential for life, with billions of habitable planets. If an advanced civilization had the technology to travel between the stars at just 0.1% of the speed of light, it could colonize our galaxy in roughly 100 million years. Which is not that long given the billions of years the Milky Way has existed. So, in principle, any spacefaring civilization should be able to spread rapidly over huge sectors of the galaxy. And yet, we see nothing, hear nothing.
No way, that's what you grasp from this. Man, it's talking about something, the green one look a little sus. Ain't no way that's what you taking from this right now.
Nothing. The universe seems empty, devoid of others. This is the Fermi Paradox, which we've discussed in more detail in other videos. Confronted with the seemingly empty...
We watched, which ones did we watch?
Paradox, which we've discussed in more detail.
We've watched these two. We haven't watched these two. I was very interested. These two are very interesting. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't seen these, go watch them. Or if you want to see my reaction to them, they're somewhere in a nutshell playlist. But these were very... I love these types of videos, so I love watching them with y'all. But, like, you know?
Tell in other videos. Confronted with the seemingly empty universe, humanity faces a dilemma. We desperately want to know if we are alone in the Milky Way. We want to call out and reveal ourselves to anyone watching, but that could be the last thing we ever do.
Facts.
Because maybe the universe is not empty. Maybe it's full of civilizations, but they are hiding from each other. Maybe the civilizations that attracted attention in the past were wiped away by invisible arrows.
Jeez.
This is the dark forest solution to the Fermi Paradox.
Jeez. You know, so, and like people never think about that. People would like, yo, I want to talk to life on other planets. What if they're not as welcoming and friendly as everybody else, as we want them to be? What if they are extremely hostile and take us out as soon as they hear some type of information? Like, bro, that's something to really think about. Like, what if we freaking make contact and then we get taken out? It's talking. I intervene. Ooga boogas, please.
The way of life. The hunter awakes in his hiding place and carefully listens for suspicious noises from the thick undergrowth before he gets up. Another night has passed without incident. The forest is dark and full of fog. He considers calling out to others to end his loneliness, but stops himself at the last moment. What if they are like him? All living things seek to survive, secure resources, and multiply.
Facts.
Their greatest obstacle are other living things that share the same objective. Competition between species favored the survival of beings with advantageous traits. Our ancestors were inventive, competitive, expansionist, and greedy for resources, which led them to winning the competition for our planet.
Facts.
Today, most other animals are so utterly at our mercy that we wipe out about a dozen species a day, just as an unintentional byproduct of how we like to run things.
We what? Hold up.
Most other animals are so utterly at our mercy that we wipe out about a dozen species a day.
We wipe out about a dozen species a day. I ain't gonna lie. We are definitely the problem. I ain't gonna lie. You can't cap. Ain't no way 12 species a day? 12 species a day is crazy.
Just as an unintentional byproduct of how we like to run things. But humans are more than individuals. From us, cultures emerge that also compete with each other. Competitive and expansionary cultures spread faster and further and merge with, subdue or destroy others. If we look at our history, it becomes clear we are dangerous. Not just to others, but also to ourselves.
Facts.
Our human nature has driven us to take over every corner of our planet, and soon we will look to the stars, both to expand our domain and ensure access to ever more resources. And then we might stumble upon others trying to do the same thing.
Oh.
It's likely that the competition of life also takes place on faraway planets, so it's logical to assume that an alien civilization that came to dominate their planet would be in some regards similar to us. But if they're similar to us, they too may be dangerous.
Exactly, because we're already danger to ourselves.
The implication.
Oh.
As the hunter sneaks through the dark forest all alone, he knows that there might be others like him. He can't know their intentions, if they are aggressive or not. The hunter knows he would kill to ensure his own survival, so he has to assume that they would too.
Exactly.
And it might be that if he stumbles upon another hunter, the one that shoots first survives.
Damn.
None of this means that conflict is unavoidable. So
Man
far, the
said,
progress...
I think NASA should cancel their plans. Not, you know, I mean, I support, you know, trying to go out there and see what's out there, but it's more dangerous than just being out there. The dangerous is, what if we actually run into something? You know what I'm saying? That's dangerous. But like you like you said, it's like we on Earth, we got like nuclear bombs and things of that, like things like that, to combat, you know, each other. So you can only imagine what you know what I'm saying, what the type of threats and empty threats and things like that that'll happen between a whole nother planet, or you know what I'm saying? Especially if we can't communicate. If there's no like, bro, we speak mad different languages on the planet alone. It's very rare that if we come across an alien, it's gonna freaking speak English. So we won't be able to communicate with it. You know what I'm saying? So how would we, you know? You think Mars is a good plan? I don't think it's a good long-term plan, but I think it's a good like short alternative. I think it's a good short alternative to like try to see, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be honest, the Earth not looking too hot right now. But I don't know how long we'll be able to last on Mars, you know what I'm saying? Because Mars don't really have the resources we have on Earth. So we can't survive there for that long. We need a planet that'll naturally give us the resources. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna pick up and move a bunch of shit there, but you can only move but so much. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's a good short-term plan, but I don't think it's a good long-term plan. I'm gonna be honest. But, I mean, once we start the path of moving to different planets, you know what I'm saying, it'll be easier to move from Mars to an inhabitable planet than it would be, you know? How we gonna live on Mars when most definitely has a different aspect? Yeah, it'll definitely have that. Like, listen, I ain't gonna lie. That's probably, us living on Mars is probably gonna be way after my time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not too stressed out about it, cause like I'm already close to my 30s. Living on Mars is you know, But at the same time, like, it makes sense. Yeah, facts. Adapt and overcome. Like, so like us moving there, they'll know whoever moves there will know, all right, how it is to move from a planet to a planet, to inhabit an inhabitable planet. You know, and then like it's like they'll have that knowledge, because right now we don't have that knowledge. We don't know how we're not fully moved. We're not moved on to Mars yet. You see what I'm saying? So it just evolution and learning and things like that, but total different atmosphere. Exactly. Would it be easier to like move to a inhabitable planet? In hindsight, yes, but moving there wise and getting everything over there and getting over there actually, no, because we don't know if a planet is 100% inhabitable unless we live there. You know, so it's just I understand both sides. Like, I understand not moving there because it'll be way more difficult, but I understand moving there to try to, you know, further science and things like that.
Of the modern world seems to have made us more peaceful,
No, we
not
don't get
more
all the
violent.
suits. Shut up, bro.
Maybe this is true for other civilizations too, that eventually progress means less conflict, not more. Different alien civilizations also should vary from the mild and peaceful to the malevolent and militaristic. The
Sheesh.
existential problem we're facing is that when we meet others between the stars, we have no way of telling who is peaceful or aggressive and
exactly.
what their true intentions are.
Because we can't communicate. I literally just said that. We can't communicate. There's no way for us to be able to communicate between these, you know what I'm saying? So nobody knows what's going to happen.
Similarly, they might not understand or trust our intentions, even if we tell them that we are peaceful. On top of that, if we did discover another civilization and they discovered us, the light years between us would mean years of communication delay. Both sides would be in a state of uncertainty, wondering if the wisest move is to just attack, because there's another serious issue: technological explosions and the first strike advantage. We don't know where the limits of technology are, but we do know how much technological progress matters in war. A few hundred or thousand years can turn conflict with uncertain results into a one-sided massacre. Caesar's legions would stand no chance against Napoleon's army with their cannons and muskets, which would be eradicated by artillery from the First World War, which would not stand a chance against today's drones and guided missiles.
Facts.
So the power level of different civilizations may vary massively, and even if not, between the time it takes us to detect another civilization and us saying hi, we might already be hopelessly behind on the tech tree. Which is bad enough, but the nature of interstellar conflict makes this worse. If your opponent is light years away, sending an invasion fleet takes so long that by the time it arrives, it might be hopelessly obsolete. So war between civilizations might be just about eliminating the other to remove an existential threat to yourself. Someone else who might be so scared of you that they attack the first chance they get.
Yeah.
In this environment, the only way to guarantee a win is to strike with such force and speed that the target has no chance of survival or time to counterattack or escape to seek revenge later. The stakes are the highest possible, with no room for error. If we assume that the majority of civilizations live on planets, that leaves them pretty vulnerable. All you need to do is throw something massive at a planet to make it uninhabitable. So the ultimate interplanetary annihilation weapon is probably something like a relativistic kill vehicle, a missile shot at a planet at a significant fraction of the speed of light. For example, a missile the size of a person going 95% the speed of light has as much energy as all nuclear bombs on Earth. If you shot a few dozen at the civilization you wanted to wipe out, success would be fairly certain. Even a single hit would suffice. This is not that absurd of an idea.
What the hell?
A civilization only slightly above us on the Kardashev scale would have enough energy to send multiple strikes against every planet it suspects of harboring life. What makes these weapons so sinister is how much they favor a first strike, since they would be so fast that it might be impossible to protect yourself effectively against them once they're launched. Conflict between civilizations may not be lengthy affairs, but rapid winner-takes-all situations, where the first one to shoot wins. This makes any civilization an existential threat to any other. And if every civilization is an existential threat to every other, there may be only two kinds of civilizations out there: quiet ones and dead ones.
Wow.
So, what should we do? Should we worry? It's unlikely that anybody has noticed humanity yet. The radio signals we've transmitted in the last 100 years traveled a relatively tiny distance and have long decayed into unreadable noise. At our technological stage, if we don't actively try to get noticed, and if nobody specifically looks at our pretty unremarkable solar system, we'll stay hidden. But one day we will venture into space in a serious way and need to consider these kinds of questions again. We don't know if there are others or if we are going through the forest alone. But we have no way of knowing for sure.
I ain't gonna lie, like I'm sorry, Chad. I know I'm supposed to like pause and talk about it, but like I really got like immersed because like that it makes a lot of sense. The only way to honestly keep yourself safe is to remain hidden. Or the civilizations we probably trying to reach are already dead because, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. This is camping.
For the time being, it seems the best we can do is to carefully listen. And even if we see others step into a clearing and make themselves known, we should not reply right away, but carefully watch them from the undergrowth. Perhaps we are also thinking about this all wrong by allowing our primitive brain that evolved in the context of the gruesome competition of life to conjure fears of predatory aliens all around us. Maybe the fact that we are looking at the universe like this is a sign that we are not grown up yet as a species. There could be a friendly, welcoming community of alien civilizations waiting to hear from us when we are ready. As for now, the good news is there is actually little we need to do. We just need to be thoughtful about the signals we send out into the galaxy. We need to watch the sky and learn more about our galaxy, our forest. Because whatever the nature of our forest is, full of dangers or friends, or nobody at all, only careful observation can tell. So, let's do that. At last, the hunter reaches a clearing and finds a comfortable position. Slowly, the sun melts the fog away. Lost in thought, he admires the vegetation until suddenly, he is eye to eye with another hunter, frozen in terror just like himself. His mind is racing, considering all the different options. The hunter takes a deep breath and makes a decision. Maybe the only way out of the dark forest is to step into the clearing together. And with this hopeful picture, we say goodbye to the year 12,021 of the human era. It was a wild year to say the least, still much more fun than 12,020. Kurzgesagt had its most successful month ever and published a book. We tried a lot of new techniques and really got into Blender and Cinema 4D, hiding more and more 3D in our videos. We have so many ideas for next year and big and ambitious plans that we can't wait to share with you. And all of this was and is possible because of your direct support. Thank you so much. Kurzgesagt only works because of you. So in tune with the end of the year, we've designed a few products that will help you to visualize your place in the universe. Our very shiny The Night Sky poster shows you the little piece of space we can see from Earth with our own eyes, or travel further out with our stellar zoom collection that depicts our home in space from an increasing distance. Or dream with our space-themed notebooks, scenic posters, and pins. We design and produce every single product with great care. Getting something from our shop is the best way to support Kurzgesagt. We hope you have a wonderful end of the year, and that 2022 is more fun and less exciting than the last 2 years. Thank you for watching.
Nigga says, so what I learned from this video is NASA's trying to kill us. No, man. No, that's not what that's not the consensus of the video. What it's pretty much saying is aliens, looking for aliens can be good for us, but it can also be bad for us. You got to think about all possibilities and whether you want to reach out or not, you know what I'm saying? But nah, W video, shout out In a Nutshell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out In a Nutshell, making bangers, bro, making bangers. But I'm up out of here, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, you know what I'm saying, if you're new here, make sure you're subscribing, turning on them notifications, also smashing that like button. Let's get 200K by March. Let's get it. Yeah. But with that being said, I'm up out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.